this, this, or even this. I have in total 5 new updates that we are going to get on the Galaxy S25 Ultra, a big display change, a big camera updates, and a new software which is going to change everything. So stick till the end to find more, and for more updates, don't forget to subscribe. First, let's talk about the internal changes on S25 Ultra. Finally, Samsung is going to give us 16 gigs of RAM on S25 Ultra, but the thing which is really interesting is we are going to see a 16 gigs on 512 gigs and 1 TB version. You only see 12 gigs on 256 gigs of storage. These new storage options are not a normal one but a new UFS 4.0 4-lane CES, which will going to boost the speed compared to the UFS 4.0. Apart from these internals, there is a big update coming in the cameras of S25 Ultra. Now, according to the source, who actually saw the prototype of Galaxy S25 Ultra, has somehow bigger claims than we could imagine. According to him, Samsung is going bold with the Galaxy S25 Ultra cameras, and there are 3 new aspects. First, there is no 4 rear cameras, but only 3 camera sensors on the back. The main one, the ultra-wide, and the periscopic lens. The 3x telephoto sensor is finally going to an end. Samsung can generate this with the high-resolution 200 megapixel sensor without losing much quality and can perform similar to an optical 3x 10 megapixel sensor. The main camera has the same sensor size and the same number of megapixel, but the ability to capture light will be improved. Although he claimed big about the ultra-wide sensor, according to him, there is no update on ultra-wide sensor, at least on this prototype. Let me share previous information about the ultra-wide. According to previous rumors, Samsung will going to feature a 50 megapixel ultra-wide sensor on S25 Ultra. After a very long time, the ultra-wide is getting an update. Also, there's another thought, Samsung will gonna change it. Apple this year will going to put a 50 megapixel ultra-wide sensor on 16 Pro Max. So how is it possible for Samsung to look behind in numbers? So as per my expectations, Samsung might go with the 50 megapixel ultra-wide sensor on S25 Ultra. The third and even big claim, the periscope lens has a large sensor and variable zoom, but 2 fixed focal length. The first being between 4 and 5x zoom and the second between 6 and 7x zoom, but it is not the same as Sony's one. Let's see what Samsung will bring to the table, but I feels like Samsung should play between 5x and 10x zoom lens if those are fixed. This way, S25 Ultra will perform extremely well at 10x zoom and can crush every other smartphone at 10x zoom. Even Galaxy S23 Ultra, which performs really well compared to S24 Ultra just because S24 Ultra has a 5x telephoto sensor and not the 10x optical zoom sensor. Fingers crossed, it will be really interesting to see this new feature on S25 Ultra. So previously, I've got 2 types of information about the battery life of S25 Ultra, and here were my thoughts before. According to the source, the new Snapdragon Gen 4 will be so powerful. First, it was claimed to get 4 GHz of clock speed and now 4.3, and it is way more powerful than the upcoming Apple A18 chipset. Now, sources claims manufacturers need to bump up the battery size to 5500 mAh to go with the Snapdragon Gen 4. This is why I was concerned about the battery life of the Galaxy S25 Ultra. I knew it was going to feature this much power. The power efficiency will surely go down and we really need a bigger battery. Although Samsung is testing out the 5500 mAh battery, but due to a cost-cutting strategy, they will go with the same 5000 mAh battery, which is the downside of Galaxy S25 Ultra. Now, according to second source, instead of increasing the battery size of S25 Ultra, Samsung will going to introduce a new battery AI to improve the battery life of S25 Ultra. Honestly, I am skeptical about this battery AI feature. According to the source, Samsung will better handle the background task or unnecessary task and even limit the processor high frequencies. Now, I have a different opinion on this. If you're spending this much amount of money on a flagship device, still AI will kill the background task? Why do we even need to spend this much amount of money? We can buy a cheaper phone and can get a better battery life. Battery AI along with the bigger battery size should be a way to go. And Samsung have to give us option to turn off AI battery optimization just in case if we don't like it, we can turn it off. Now, upon my concerns about the S25 Ultra, the internal source claims big about the battery life of S25 Ultra. And this is a big surprise for me. He claims Galaxy S25 Ultra 5500 mAh battery is right now in a testing process, which means it might be possible for us to get the 5500 mAh battery. if there is no cost-cutting strategy involved in it. He also claims if there is a 5500 mAh battery, still you're going to see a 45 watt fast charger. He said Samsung will going to improve the charging algorithm and it will be better for our long-term use. Now at first, I was a little bit skeptical about the battery AI thing, which he explains Samsung is working heavily on improving the battery life on S25 Ultra. That means they are cooking big. He also claims S25 Ultra will going to feature a Snapdragon Gen 4 FG version, which is made for Galaxy, and Samsung will going to underclock the middle cores to save up some battery on S25 Ultra. I think they are trying similar things just like what they did with the Snapdragon Gen 3 on S24 Ultra, where they underclock the middle cores but overclock the high performance core. This way, the next year will be really interesting for Samsung. They are putting new displays on all Galaxy S25 series and big internal changes will make a big impact on the sales of S25 Ultra. Now that we know about the internals, let's talk about the display changes on S25 Ultra. Previously, we got the first set of renders for the S25 Ultra, which I'll share in a moment, but now the internal source is claiming big about the display of all models of Galaxy S25 series. According to internal source, S25 series to come up with the impossibly thin bezels, especially the S25 and the S25 Plus. But the S25 Ultra will also come with even more reduced bezels compared to S24 Ultra. Now, S24 Plus already came with one of the smallest bezels, and it seems like Samsung might use a new technology to even reduce the bezels on S25 Plus. Now, this is what I thought. Apple is going to use a border reduction structure for iPhone 16 models to reduce the bezels, and as we all know, Apple sourced these displays from Samsung and LG. This means we may see similar technology on S25 series. One more thing which is confirmed from this information, Samsung will surely going to use a flat display on Galaxy S25 Ultra and potentially a similar design as S24 Ultra. There's another source shared the first set of renders of S25 Ultra weeks ago, and he also shared reduced bezels on S25 Ultra, although there are some big claims in it, so we should take this look with a pinch of salt. There's a source on Twitter, Panda Flash, shared the 4 prototypes of Galaxy S25 Ultra, and all of these seems interesting. The first prototype features slim bezels and a design similar to Galaxy S24 Ultra. The second prototype shows extremely thin bezels and a sleek frame. The third and the fourth prototype exhibit a thinner frame, with the latter having slightly rounded edges. If you notice, all 4 versions features what appears to be an S Pen located at the bottom left side. The second and the fourth prototype seems interesting, and we might feature a similar design on S25 Ultra because the third prototype didn't feature asymmetrical bezels. If you don't know, Galaxy S24 Ultra came with the symmetrical bezels, means all 4 sides will have the same width. If you notice another thing, all models were going to feature a flat display, meaning the curved display is no more. These are some of the initial design renders, so we cannot confirm the design, and we should take these prototypes with a pinch of salt. And on this note, if you find value from this video, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Till then, peace out.